And here is where it all started, June 16th, 2015, coming down that escalator in Trump Tower. I was actually in the room when that happened. History indeed. Sometimes I wonder if he regrets it, if his family regrets it. I don't think so, but maybe the thought crosses their mind. Hey, take a look at this. Some photographs of Donald Trump after the news broke last night at Mar-a-Lago. He was out and about meeting people in the middle of a huge ballroom, having dinner with his family. And, you know, he's not hiding in a closet. And, of course, he's been very active on social media. We are privileged to once again have Eric Trump join us, Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, and, of course, the son, one of the three sons of Donald Trump. Welcome, sir. How are you doing? we know he's going to hang in there. How are you doing, Eric?
Greg, it's another day in Trump land, to say the least. You know, we're pretty work-hardened at this point. You know, people ask that all the time. You know, how's your family doing? And you know, this family is numb to this kind of stuff. It's a nasty game. We've seen it. The Democrats' tricks. You know, they don't surprise us anymore. They're evil people. They'll do anything they possibly can to achieve their objectives. The lie, cheat, steal. We've seen it with the impeachments. We saw it with the dirty dossier that was paid for by Hillary Clinton. They've gone after my father from the second he walked down that escalator, as you said before. And, you know, I've seen it. I've been on the receiving end of it. I've gotten 3/4 of those subpoenas that have come to me. I mean, we never so much as got a parking ticket before my father got into politics. And then all of a sudden, every single day, it's subpoena after subpoena after subpoena. They come after you. They go after your friends. They try and imprison you. If I had done one thing wrong in my life, Greg, I guarantee you I'd be sitting in jail right now. And it's just the dirty game that's politics in the United States of America. And, you know, I think it's one of my father's greatest attributes. He exposed the system for what it is. He always called it a swamp, and no one quite understood what that meant. But it's a dirty system, and they will do anything they can to maintain power. They will do anything they can to win. They will lie, cheat, and steal, and you're seeing it here again with the weaponization of state prosecutors for their own political means.
That's a great point. You have faced so much investigation, so much scrutiny, and 8 years later, this is what they think they have him on. And your family, by the way, Letitia James, we'll get to Alvin Bragg in a moment, but Letitia James is an unscrupulous, very foolish, not very smart attorney general here in New York State. This is one of the promises she made to folks as she was running for office.
Will you sue him for us?
Oh, we're going to definitely sue him. We're going to be a real pain in the ass. He's going to know my name personally.
Letitia James, and it goes on and on and on like that. There are about 50 examples of her saying that she's going to go after your father. This is before she was Attorney General. That was her primary promise. She did go after the Trump Foundation. The Trump Foundation, which had to disband, and this is when, gosh, you guys, you're up against so much. I want to show everybody the statement, the settlement that the Trump Organization had with the state of New York. And this is what they got you on. Board members failed to exercise their fiduciary responsibilities to provide oversight. The board has not met since 1999. Now, the board members are these people right here. Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, and Ivanka Trump. She said that you had not seen your siblings or your father in 20 years. That's a lie. They fool people. Very few people are actually going to read this stuff and see how bogus it all is, Eric. And that, I don't know. I'm sorry.
In a foundation that had zero expenses, that my father put, literally millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars into, donated to the greatest causes around the world, and they come after us because we didn't have family board meetings. I mean, this is what these people will do. Letitia James campaigned on the promise to go after my father, to put him in jail, to go after him civilly. You know, she says, we're going to shine a bright spotlight. Her campaign promise. And remember, Greg, she was raising money off of this. No different than Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg goes out there. I have sued the Trump administration over 100 times. There's no more qualified person to become district attorney of New York State than me, because I have gone after Trump my entire life. Now, Greg, you know New York better than anybody. I know New York better than anybody. You have a little girl who not too long ago just got shot in the face in Times Square. You have women that are being thrown in front of subway cars in New York City. Homelessness is through the roof. I went into Dwayne Reed the other day, and literally you can't buy Advil in Dwayne Reed. without having somebody come up with a key and unlock, those little plastic things that you pick up, because there's so much looting in the city. I mean, the city is going to hell. And what has the DA spent the last 6 years on? They subpoenaed us for every single document that we've ever had in the company. 11 million documents went over to the DA's office. They didn't find a damn thing. So they go after my father for a alleged affair that Stormy Daniels herself said did not happen, in writing signed. Give me a break. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, people are dying in New York. People are getting shot. Crime is through the roof. You've had 3% of New Yorkers who have literally moved out of the state in the last 2 years. I mean, everybody's leaving New York State because of the nonsense. And this is the priority of the entire office of the district attorney of New York, is going after my father. It's a political promise, Greg. And, you have people like George Soros, who gave him $1 million. $1 million. You go after Trump. You better believe it, right? He funds these people with effectively the handshake that they'll go after my father and try and take him out of the race. I mean, my father's winning the Republican nomination by 35 points right now. There's not even any way this is close. If you were to take the next best person and double their polls, they still don't even get close to where my father is right now. So, and so this is the weaponization of the system. It's disgusting. This isn't how it's supposed to work. This is third world antics.
Of course not. It was unthinkable. Listen, Alvin Bragg, by the way, he tries to kind of portray himself as, coming from the inner city and having a rough and tumble background. He's an Ivy Leaguer. Nothing wrong with that, but he's kind of portraying himself as, well, he went to prep school. And I'm told he actually went to prep school with Donald Trump Jr. And that Alvin Bragg, in an effort to show how kind of tough he is and distance himself from that life, which he did have, and nothing's wrong with it, but perhaps in his neck of the woods, it's a liability. Did you ever cross paths with Alvin Bragg years past? Did Donald Trump Jr., is there any history here? And do you think he has a chip on his shoulder when it comes to the Trumps? Based on, we know he does, politically, but based on the past.
I personally don't know him. Whether or not he went to school with Don or not, I'm not sure. He is far from a crime fighter, that much I can tell you, because New York is going to absolute hell. Your father, who is one of the greats of all time, would not exactly consider Alvin Bragg to be a crime fighter. They've lost control of the streets of New York because all of their time is spent going after political opponents as opposed to putting actual criminals in jail. And again, it's kind of a very, very sad thing to see. But that's the system we live in. Let's not just make this about New York, because Letitia James, right, she's on camera bragging about it. They like to brag about it. And then they go out and they take those clips and they fundraise off of it, right, in places like New York, which is 80% Democratic in the cities that they're in. But, go back, look at the rest of the weaponization of government. I mean, Bill Clinton was literally diddling an intern in the Oval Office, right? And no one cares about that. Bill Clinton paid Paula Jones $850,000. No one cared about that. Hillary Clinton deleted 33,000 emails. No one cared about that. She was under congressional subpoena to preserve documents, right? So she violated that subpoena, deleted 33,000 emails. No one gave a damn about that. Hunter Biden, he has laptops where there's, cocaine and drugs and hookers. Illegal deals are pulling in money from all sorts of countries all over the world. They're not selling an actual product. You know what we sell? We sell real estate, right? We're in hotels, we're in golf courses, residential stuff. No, what product are they selling? They're getting millions of dollars coming in from all over the world, and no one does a damn thing about it. And by the way, it's on a laptop. Yet they go after my father for what? A non-disclosure agreement, which every company in the world, every person in the world does. I mean, thousands of these happen every single day. Stop it. No one buys this. The reason they're going after the man, I mean, his only crime, Greg, was the fact that he won the 2016 election. Right. That's why they're going after the man. And it's insane, and people do not buy it. Even the Democrats don't buy it.
They're guilty of everything they accuse you guys of. They are guilty times 10. Eric Trump, hang in there. We know you will. And you guys always win. And I am very confident you will this time as well. Anything we can do, let me know, please. Eric Trump, everybody. And we'll be right back.